Good morning. My name is Lori Denman, Right Reverend Lori Denman. I am the Dean of Students and Mentors at Witch School International.
Can I ask you to do that one more time?
Sure.
And now that we're broadcasting, but here we go. Record to cloud. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Right Reverend Lori Denman, and I am the Dean of Students and the Dean of Mentors at witchschool.com. Witch School is part of the Karelian Education Ministry, which also includes the broadcasting network that you are watching this video on today, as well as witchschool.com, thedailyspell.com, Magic TV, and Pagans Tonight Radio. And the Karelian Education Ministry Broadcasting Network is hosting a psychic fair, our first psychic fair for psychics from around the world. We have 25 psychics, we have 10 webinars, and 2 seances that will be happening over the course of the weekend through Monday night. And if you would like to participate in any of those, you can do that by going to Karelian.net. That's Correlian.net. And there you will see a tile for each one of the readers and the webinars and the seances, and you click on that tile and that will take you to the bio of those people, as well as provide you the PayPal button. In the seances, the seating is limited, so please be sure to purchase those tickets well in advance. Since we're doing the psychic fair this weekend, I thought it would be a good idea to show you what Witch School has to offer in the areas of divination, meditation and psychic skills, and a couple of other areas that are related to the activities at the psychic fair. So let's get started on that, shall we? The first thing I'd like to show you, and let me bring it on screen. One moment while I share my screen. Host disabled participant screen sharing at. Could I please have that back?
Should be all right. Let's make sure. All right. Sorry about that. There you go.
I got it now. Thank you so much. So here are what we call the categories of Witch School. And all of the 149 classes that are currently available to students that are not a pay per class. We have free basic memberships that give you access to about 35 of them. And we have supporting memberships that give you access to the free basic classes, plus the rest of the courses offered on Witch School. And we try to add a course a month going forward. So right now we have 149 classes, and we break those up into 10 categories. These include interactive grimoires, herbology, Wiccan studies, Karelian studies, divination, ancient civilizations and cultures, crystals, goddesses, gods, and pantheons, group development and ministry, healing arts, magical, mythical, and spiritual beings, meditation and psychic skills, mediumship, mentoring, if you want to become a mentor at witchschool.com, and spiritual paths and traditions, symbolism and alphabets, tools of the craft, witchcraft, and writing. And the writing courses include how to write papers, because Our students do have to write papers for some of the classes, as well as how to write rituals and how to write basic spells. So let's dive a little deeper into what we offer for divination. Within the divination category, there are subcategories, and we look at basic divination, dream discovery, introduction to divination, introduction to tarot, and then tarot. Each course at Witch School has an abbreviation and a name, and this comes in handy for the course catalog. It also depends on the membership level, what you will have access to as a student at Witch School. If you stay with the free basic account, you'll have access, as I said, to 35 courses. You'll be limited to 5 courses at a time, and you will not have access to our dozens and dozens of highly qualified mentors. Each of our mentors has not only completed the work of the class they are mentoring for you for, but they also have completed that mentor training course. The only exception that we make to this is for the Karelian first degree, because Witch School International is the seminary for the Karelian Nativist Church. And then with the supporting membership, you get access to every course at Witch School. You can take up to 8 classes at a time. Plus, you can have access to a mentor for any class in the catalog. Very few of our classes do have prerequisites. However, in the divination category, the divination with the fairy oracle does have an understanding of the realms of the fairy before it. When you go into the course catalog, there is a short description that gives you the gist of what that course is in case you want to either register for the course or mark it as a favorite. You can mark each course as a favorite, and it will put it on like your wish list so that you don't forget about it and you come back to it later when you free up room on your transcript. But in the introduction to divination, we have a wide variety of courses, unfortunately only available to supporting members. They include astrology, a brief overlook of everything from astrology to tea reading, runes, numerology. We have scrying, which has a great overview of all of the scrying divinations. We have palmistry, runes, numerology, and a brief introduction to many of the forms of divination. In our divination category, our subcategory, we have several different classes, and the Karelian alphabet and numerology is available to free basic students. And what this course does is it takes the Karelian alphabet, which is 41 symbols that are used for magical purposes, for communication purposes, and combines that with the I'll get it right in a minute. I'm an accountant, not an English major. Pythagorean numerology, and it combines those 2 disciplines into one divination form. It's quite interesting. I'm an accountant, so I love numerology. We do have the divination with the fairy oracle. The pendulum swings for you gives you a history, the purposes and influences of the power of the pendulum, as well as teaches you how to use this tool. And the pendulum is a fantastic magical tool for divination because it's so portable. You can stick it in your pocket like change. You know, it can go with you no matter where you are. So when you need a decision or information, it's right there for you. Fairy divination tiles, you learn how to use the system as well as how to make your own fairy divination tiles. So this is a really creative class. Ogham, divination, uses the ancient alphabet of the Druids. And the thing I love with this is this gives you information that you can make your own Ogham stick with it. And then Witches' Runes. This is also a crafting class where you actually make your runes and then learn how to use them. So a lot of the courses on Witch School are not just book learning. They are hands-on, imbuing your magical energies into the tools that you yourself make. Now, one of the things that sets us apart from other schools is we're not selling you any of the materials to do that. We are not in the business of selling you stuff. You can use the materials that you have in the house. You can purchase materials elsewhere. Our mission is to provide you knowledge, not to be your shopping site. So I just wanted to point that out there. So then another very popular course area of study is the tarot. So we do have an Introduction to Tarot series, and one of them is available to the free basics. So the basic tarot spreads goes through how to read a 1, 3, 5 and Celtic spread. It actually has the spread layout, tells you what all of the why you use a 3 versus a 1 or a 5 versus a 3, and it is a really good base course. Then creating an atmosphere for a reading. You know, a reading is an energetic exchange between the reader and the querent. So this tells you how to open the pathways for that energetic exchange and how to get the most out of your readings that you're either receiving or giving. How to read a tarot. This class was created by our co-regent First Priestess, Lady Crystal High Horrell. If you're watching, Lady Crystal, hi, I love you. It is an excellent course that takes you from A to Z on the Rider-Waite deck and how to read tarot. The next introduction course is how to write a tarot journal. And journaling is a really significant portion of your training if you are going to become a professional tarot reader, which our 25 readers here this weekend as part of the psychic fair are. When you journal your readings, it teaches you to recognize patterns and resurging information shared through the imagery. So tarot journaling is a really great way to hone your skills as a professional reader. And then we go into the regular tarot classes, and you could see this kind of goes all over the place. We do have a basic tarot course available for free, but we also have the Kabbalah and tarot. And this combines the diverse hermetic disciplines in astrology, alchemy, ancient Jewish science of Kabbalah, along with the tarot. So it really is a powerful course. Again, another class that ties together numerology with another divination discipline. So this one is the tarot and numerology. Tarot reversals. Tarot reversals scare a lot of readers. They always think of tarot reversals as a negative. Well, no, it's not a negative. It's just the inverse. So if there is a tarot card that in upright position has a ominous meaning, but then it's presented in the reading as a reverse, well, that means it's a positive card now. So it's not, reversals are not all negative, but they give you the balance to look at in a reading. The 12 card spread, this is the largest spread that I know of. That doesn't mean it's the largest spread, but it's the largest spread that I know of. And it really goes into very effective commentary. The Tarot of Hecate. The Tarot of Hecate is an original tarot deck created by Lord Don Lewis, which is now currently available from KarelianPublishing.com after many years of being off the market. So go to KarelianPublishing.com and check out the Tarot of Hecate. It is a gorgeous 100-card deck. It's not the traditional 78, it's 100. And that is done by adding a completely new suit to the tarot, as well as many new major arcana. So it is a very beautiful deck. The artwork by Lord Don is stunning. He is a trained artist, and it shows in the work. And this, if you purchase the deck, I highly recommend that you take the Tarot of Hecate class. And then Tarot in Spiritual and Magical Practice. Okay, so now you know how to read tarot. Most readers read for themselves as well, always keeping in mind that the reader can work the message. But if I need guidance on something, one of the tools I might turn to is my tarot deck. And this class teaches you how to incorporate the tarot deck into your magical practices, such as spells, meditation, shadow work, even as a ritual tool. I've been to many rituals that use tarot cards as the active power. So this is a great class for that. We also have dream discovery. And dream discovery, it is a way to communicate, observe when you dream walk, and it also is a way to interpret messages from your higher self as you dream. So dream discovery explains the multidimensionality of your dreams and what you can interpret from them. And then dream working actually is a very advanced concept where you actually learn how to dream weave, how to create a dream, and how to dream walk, as in observing someone else's dreams, or to meet someone on the astral plane through dream walking. It lays out all the ethics of doing that. There are a lot of ethics around dream walking, and it lays out all of those as well. So that, my friends, is what we have to offer in divination. But there's a couple of other categories that you might notice that maybe we want to go take a look at. Meditation and psychic skills and mediumship, because those also play into the psychic fair. So now I want to share my screen. And what you're looking at, let me go to the main page here. This is my personal account at Witch School. So let me log out and log back in. So it takes me to the courses, and you'll notice that the course catalog is broken up by two different course catalogs. One is the free basic, and these are the 36 classes that you will have access to as a free basic membership. If I wanted to look for one of those divination classes, let's say I wanted to look at tarot for free basic. I can simply put that in the search, and here are all of the classes that are available to free basic. And you see these little hearts here. You go ahead and just click that heart, and that will save it in your wish list that I'll show you how to get to later. So I am registered for that course, so let me just put this one on my wish list so that when we get there I can show it to you. And then you have the supporting membership classes. So I'll do the same thing again. I'll just type tarot, and here are all the tarot classes that are in the supporting course catalog. And you can wish list those. You can sign up for those as you see fit. Now, you won't see this tab because I'm admin. We've got 36 courses that we're working on to add to the catalog in some way, shape, or form. So stay tuned, more to come. When you log into Witch School, you're at the main page. And I want to go to my dashboard. And this is a very important page. After you get registered for Witch School, you will want to spend some time on your dashboard page, the landing page for your dashboard. You'll notice that there are scrolling announcements here, and it will tell you how to do things that you want to do as a student, or why you're seeing certain things on the screen when you see them. I highly recommend that when you first become a Witch School student, you spend some time on these videos that are embedded in these links. So this is a video provided by the programmers that shows you how to access your transcript. Also on the dashboard homepage are these little blue lines. And when you open those up, those bring up events. And it gives you a description of it and who to contact and all that information, what times it starts. But so if you're interested in participating in events, pay attention to the little blue lines. If you have an event, if you are a Witch School student and you have an event that you would like to put on our calendar, I'd be more than happy to work with you that. Just email support@witchschool.com and I will get on that for you. On the left of the screen, you'll see what we call the left-hand menu. And you can get back to your course catalog page. You can get to your wish list. So I have several classes on my wish list that I can see, okay, oh yeah, I really want to take that one next. You also have access to your courses, where you can see what your current courses are. And these are the classes that I am currently registered for. And I can click on the action wheel and be taken to the course page. So I can do several things here. I know from this page that this course has 48 lessons. If you're new to the Wiccan path, this is a great place to get started. The lessons come one a week. It takes you through living as a Wiccan. The other great one is Karelian Wicca 101, which is the first course of the set of requirements to become a Karelian priest or priestess. Even if you're not wanting to go into the clergy, it's a great course on Wicca from the Karelian point of view. I also can choose a mentor here by clicking this button, and a drop down will appear where I can choose a mentor. And this tells me that there's 48 lessons, 48 tests, so there's no final exam. Gives me a brief overview of the course, and then I can go into the lessons. So I haven't started this course yet, so it says start lesson. So I'll go into the lesson, and I can see that this lesson now has 4 pages that I can scroll through. In the various courses, you might have lessons that include videos, diagrams, you name it. It's not just all reading. It does a lot more than that. And then when I'm ready to take a test, I'll go to my test tab and I can start the quiz. And you'll notice that the rest of them are not available. What will happen when I take that quiz, since this has a 7-day lag, it will tell me that my next class will be available in 7 days. And every day during those 7 days, it will count down, and then it will tell you start quiz when you're available. So that's a brief overview of how to get to your classes once you have signed up for them. Now, once you've completed your classes, you go to the completed course, and it will give you the class, and you can click the action wheel and you can view it so that you can get back to your lessons to start studying. Now, I did my lessons offline, so they're not activated for me for first degree. So let's go back to one I did online. I think I did this one online. Nope. My apologies. I should have done this ahead of time to make sure I had one. That's a one lesson. Here we go. Well, apparently I did mine offline on the school, so I apologize. But anyway, you can just click the lesson and it will give you the class. There are other things on the left-hand menu. I can view my transcript through the left-hand menu, which will give me all of the courses that I have taken. And if it's got a final date, that means I've completed all the courses. I am a mentor, so I have students, and this is how I access my students. Not going to show you that because that would invade their privacy. I can receive messages on the system, and I know I have a message when there is a number up here. And then I know to come and check my messages. If there's any notes on my account, I can see that. I can go to the chat rooms. There are several chat rooms. The chat rooms are not facilitated, so they are only as active as the students make them. We don't, the staff at WSI are 100% volunteer, so we keep those volunteers very busy mentoring and taking care of mentors and taking care of the site, so we don't invest in chat moderators. And then we have a library, and I got this. I'm not sure why I got that. I should be able to get there. There we go. This is a PDF library that gives you many, many different books, and it also gives them to you in different languages. So if we've gotten a translation from a certain book, it will be there in many different languages. However, notice this select language up in the upper right-hand corner. This are the over 100 languages that the whole site can be translated into. The PDFs are not automatically translated, but all the course material, all the screens that the student sees, they're all automatically translated into over 100 languages. Witch School has over 180,000 students, and we are in 180 different countries. Our site takes tracks where we are having students at. So the library is another great resource. And during the delay between the time that you take one test and the time that the next test is available, I highly recommend that you look in here to see if there is a related topic that you can look through to broaden your horizons, none of which will be required by your mentor. Mentors are not allowed to assign additional work as they see fit. There's a set program that everybody that goes through our school has the same consistent experience, and you can kind of play around with looking for the title that you might be interested in. But there's 190 books in here, so it's a very good resource. So that's kind of, I wanted to go through here as well and go into my course management. Now you won't get this. This is an admin tool. But I kind of wanted you to show you some of the other categories. So if we went into meditation and psychic skills, these are the 8 courses that I showed you on the spreadsheet. And we've got Introduction to Psychic Development, Meditation Basics, Psychic Safety and Skills. When we start our priesthood training, our first lesson is on basic psychic hygiene, how to shield yourself, how to cleanse your psychic aura, those kind of things, how to connect to your spirit guides, self-defense, because let's face it, there are people out there that try to get inside your psychic wall and do you harm. So this tells you how to protect yourself from that. Some basic meditations. The Karelian tradition is very into working with our ancestors, and a lot of times that's done through meditation and astral travel. So this gives you basic meditation. How to access your Akashic records. And for those of you that don't know what that is, you have a higher self, and that higher self is what lives for eternity. And every life cycle that you go through, the memories of that life cycle are stored in the Akashic library. And you can go to the Akashic library and look through your records. Comes in very, very handy with past life regressions and those kind of things. And then a pagan prayer class, because yes, we do pray. And I always compare, for the non-pagan, I always compare spells to prayers, because prayers are connecting with the divine and asking for a certain outcome or putting forth a certain intent. And that's what spells are. It's connecting the divine energy of the universe and using it for a preferred outcome. We also have some mediumship classes, how to do a seance, and then how to listen to the voices of spirit that come to you in that seance. Be very careful not to warp the message as the messenger, so to speak, and how to really have a good connection with the spirit realm to hear those voices. Is there any other category that I could show that anyone's interested in? Corey Blackman, do you have a category that you would like people to see? Maybe we could do tools of craft. This has 9 courses and everything from wands to your besom to your book of shadows, all about magical names, your athame, and then more on your book of shadows. So that's a very good class, set of classes. And then we have people that might be interested in healing arts. We've got 6 classes, everything from aromatherapy, floral healing, chakra and understanding chakra healing and the chakra system. And ancient civilizations and cultures are where you kind of learn about the ancient cultures that a lot of our pantheons that pagans follow today are in. And we've got several ancient civilizations there. And then we have spiritual paths and traditions. And this covers a lot. There's 2 pages of these. Everything from voodoo and Ifa to Discordianism. We've got the grimoire for the Apprentice Witch. Thank you very much for allowing us to publish that, Oberon. Tree of Life, Heathenry, Sea Priestess, and then how to become join the priesthood, everything you need to join the priesthood for the Temple of Isis, which is on the Egyptian pantheon and led by Lady Anna Rowe, who is also a dean of mentoring at Witch School. So those are just a few of the different categories that we have. So now what? Couple of calls to action. 1, join us in the psychic fair. Psychic fairs have always benefited the promoter more than they've benefited the reader. Usually the promoter gets 60% of the reading price, plus charges the reader a table fee, and then they, poor psychic that's actually doing all the work, has to make back that table fee before they make any money. And then after that, they're only getting 40% of their reading. Karelian Education Ministry Broadcasting Network is giving our psychics 60% of the reading price of $25. So for every reading or every seat in a seminar or seance, the Broadcasting Network is only taking $10 of the ticket price. The rest of the fee goes directly to the reader. Some of the readers have designated charities that they would like all or a portion of their readings to go to, and we will facilitate that at the end of the psychic fair. So go to Karelian.net and sign up for one of our 10 excellent webinars. Our 2 seances still have available room, although one of them is just about full. And any one of our 25 excellent readers. They are from around the world. We have a reader from the Philippines. We've got readers from all over the US, and they are a variety of paths and traditions. It's not all Karelian. So please explore that. The other thing that you can do is visit KarelianPublishing.com and take a look at the Tarot of Hecate. And if you purchase it, then come back and see me at witchschool.com and register as a student and take that Tarot of Hecate course to really get all of the value out of that deck that you just purchased by learning how to use it. And finally, witchschool.com. We are a 20-year, next year, not this year, but next year, we will be celebrating our 20th anniversary as an online pagan school. We were the first. And we have the broadest catalog with 149 classes. And as you saw by having the peek behind on the admin screen, we've got a lot more coming. We also don't charge by class. Most of the online schools out there either charge by class, up to several $100s per class, or they are funnel sites where there's not really a Wiccan organization or a pagan organization behind them, but they're called what are called funnel sites. They're run by corporations. They get a spokesperson to present that they are knowledgeable, and then they have this person record video lessons, and then you're paying to sit there and watch videos. I've seen one that advertises that after 10 hours of video, you're a high priest. No, that's not the way any of this works. So be very careful what online school you choose. There's very reputable ones out there other than us. There's a lot of very reputable traditions that have online schools, and I bless them with much success, but be careful of the shenanigans that are out there. We do have supporting memberships available, and they are $20 per month on a reoccurring subscription, or you can get discounts for taking a 6-month or 1-year subscription. I think that's it. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen on the video, please feel free to contact support@witchschool.com. Those emails get forwarded right to me, and I will, I work my inbox every day, and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. And I thank you for joining us today to see some of the divination offerings at witchschool.com and for participating in the Karelian Education Ministries First Psychic Fair. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye now.